In this video, we're going to look at the problems that come up from planting tomato seedlings, how to handle them, and how to get a good harvest from our tomato plants. Watch this video till the end. It will definitely be useful for you. If you find it helpful, make sure to like the video and share it with all your friends. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon next to it so you'll get notifications whenever a new video is uploaded. When it comes to planting tomatoes, you have to start with the seedlings like this, and then we need to transplant them. When the seedling reaches this stage, when it grows to a good size, you need to transplant it. It can take anywhere from 20 to 30, even up to 40 days for the plant to reach this stage. Once it gets to this point, you can carefully move it to another pot or grow bag without disturbing it. Personally, I either start with seedlings like this, or I use the pit planting method. For me, this method has been very successful. I just scatter the seeds and the good ones will sprout well. Then I transplant them. That's the method I follow. So if you look at it, from the time you transplant the seedlings, within 20 to 30 days, the plant will start flowering and producing good vegetables. Now, if you ask what problems can come up with this seedling method, sometimes the seedlings can wilt suddenly. Like you see here, there's a good chance the seedlings might just wilt away like this. Similarly, you'll see that some seedlings have rotted. There's a good chance of that happening too. Then sometimes squirrels come and bite off the plants, or after that, rats and then sparrows. All of these tend to bite and cut the seedlings. Besides that, there are some grasshoppers too, which will also cut them. Sometimes it'll look like someone has deliberately cut the plant. Makes you wonder if the neighbor did it. But no, it's not that. Some small animals will bite it off like that. When you look at it, it'll seem like someone cut it with a knife. But the reason is, some squirrel would have come and bitten it off and left. To check if it's a squirrel, there's a simple trick. At night, you can come in the morning and take a look at it. Seedlings definitely need a bit of sunlight. You can produce them like this. Or, another method I use is, I do this in a milk packet. You can even keep it near a window and grow it. This will give you even more production. If you look at the place where you are, to that extent, squirrels, then pigeons, and after that, no other animals will disturb it that much. Just a little sunlight is enough for the seeds to sprout. If you have a balcony, or even if you don't, you can keep it near a window and grow the seeds like this inside your house. After that, you can transport and plant them outside. This is one method. You don't have to worry too much about the seedlings. They're actually very easy. Another common issue is that sometimes, even when they're small, you might see some of them dying off. If there's a fungal disease in the soil, the seedlings might grow well at first, but after that, when you transfer them to a pot, there are two main problems. One is what kind of pot you use, and the second is what kind of soil you use in that pot. Choosing a good pot is important. Use a decent-sized pot. If you use a small pot, you'll only get small fruits, and sometimes you'll face a lot of problems, like not getting any fruits at all. So use a pot that's a good, decent size. By decent, I mean something like a 15 by 15 grow bag, or anything equivalent, like a paint bucket. Even a 1-liter paint bucket is okay. But the main thing is, just one plant per pot is enough. For tomatoes, even if you plant just one in a big pot, it still might not give you a good yield. You don't need to plant 2 or 3 plants in the same pot. Just one plant is enough and it'll grow big and healthy. When it comes to tomatoes, there are generally 2 varieties. Commonly, they're classified as determinate and indeterminate varieties. I don't want to make this too complicated. Most of the varieties we get are determinate. With these, you'll get most of the fruits from the side branches. For hybrid varieties, even if you remove the side branches, you'll still get fruits for sure. This is basically the concept. So, since these are the varieties we have in our local types, if you look at it, for the plant to grow big, it needs a lot of nutrients. So, make sure to prepare the container properly. Ensure it has good drainage holes. As for the soil mix, it should be of good quality. The soil mix should have all kinds of nutrients to some extent. What I usually recommend is kitchen waste compost. If you are making kitchen waste compost at home, make sure that at least 20% of your soil mix contains this. If you think, I don't make kitchen waste compost, I don't have the space or patience for it, I have some tips for you when preparing potting mix. You can add things like used coffee grounds, eggshells, and so on as a layer in your soil mix. Apart from that, about 30% should be vermicompost, and from 20 to 30% should definitely be red soil. Similarly, it's good if you have about 20% cocopeat. If you can get river sand, definitely use it. At least 10% of your mix should be river sand. If not, at least 5%. River sand really helps with drainage, allowing excess water to flow out easily. Not only that, it also contains small minerals that help plants grow. After that, some additional minerals might be needed, and all of that comes from this. You can get these minerals from the sand. Similarly, you might have access to red soil. You can even use the soil from your own garden. Prepare a good quality soil mix like this and keep it ready. Once your soil mix is prepared, the next thing is to address the problems that might come up. If you ask what those are, the main issues you'll face are leaf curling and powdery mildew. To deal with these two problems, you can use neem lyle to some extent. Leaf curling is a viral disease. If it appears, you should check for it right from the start. If you notice any leaves with curling, pluck those leaves completely and dispose of them far away. That's the first thing you need to do. If you have 20 to 30 plants nearby, at least isolate the plant that's affected. Separate it, just like how we isolate people when they get corona. They say you have to isolate it, just like that. If you see a viral disease in a plant, you have to isolate it. Only then will it not spread to the other plants. So because of this leaf curl disease, you won't see its effect during harvest, but after the harvest is over, there's a chance the plant might die. So if you're wondering what to do to cure this leaf curl disease, if your plant is healthy and strong, it will automatically recover from this disease, just like how if our immune system is good, we recover from illnesses. In the same way, if the plant is really healthy, it will recover from this. But if you ask whether giving a lot of fertilizer when the plant looks dull will fix it, that's not how it works. If you overdo it and dump too much fertilizer, the plant will get stressed. You shouldn't give that much fertilizer. If you want, you can spray liquid fertilizers like fish amino acid, seaweed extract, or panchagavya. By giving these, you can control the disease. Similarly, you shouldn't water from above. That is, whether you water in the evening or in the morning, especially when the plant has leaf curl disease, don't water in a way that wets the leaves, because these diseases spread through water, so as much as possible, water only at the base of the plant near the roots. That way, you can control these diseases to some extent. I've made another detailed video about what to do for leaf curl disease. If you want to know more, go check out that video. Next is mealybugs. For mealybugs, you can spray neem oil well. Or I've shared a best method before. Just take a cloth in your hand, and wherever you see mealybugs, wipe those spots with normal water first, then spray neem oil on them. Many people have said this method is very effective. You should try it too. It's simple but very effective. Give it a try. Next, let's talk about pruning. With tomatoes, you have to decide whether you want more leaves or more fruits. If you want more fruits from your tomato plant, you should do a little bit of pruning. Pruning is actually very important. But when it comes to pruning, they say you should only do it for indeterminate varieties, not for determinate varieties. But it's not exactly like that. If you let the plant grow too much, it will just keep growing. It's good to shape the plant a bit right from the start. Remove some of the leaves and branches at the bottom so that the upper leaves and branches get more nutrients. This is very important. I've already made a detailed video specifically about how to do pruning, at what time, and how exactly to do it. That video will definitely be useful for you, so I'll put the link in the description below. And for those who have been watching so far, if you think this video is useful, please give it a like. If you have any thoughts or feedback, leave them in the comments section. Go ahead and do that. Next, let's look at another important point: when to harvest tomatoes. Many people wait for the tomatoes to turn red before picking them. But for the tomatoes to turn red, certain reactions need to happen in the plant. Only then will they change color. Sometimes, the tomatoes will stay green for a long time. In some cases, due to the climate, they might just remain green and not ripen. If that's the case, you can even harvest them while they're still green. You can pick green tomatoes and use them for cooking, like making stir-fries. There are plenty of dishes you can make. Even if you pick them before they're fully ripe, they'll still ripen well after being harvested. So don't wait too long for the tomatoes to ripen on the plant. If you wait too long, animals like squirrels or other pests might get to them first. They might come and eat them and leave. I face that a lot myself. If the tomatoes have turned a decent red color, monkeys will come from anywhere nearby. In fact, we've even made a video about monkeys coming to the rooftop garden and causing trouble. So there are chances for these kinds of small problems. As much as possible, try to harvest early. Sometimes people feel that the tomatoes are too small. If they're small, it's usually due to a lack of nutrients. No matter how many nutrients you add to a grow bag, most of the nutrients we provide will end up getting washed away with excess water through the drainage holes. They'll keep draining out that way. You need to use the right kind of fertilizer. When you check at the right time, adding a handful or two of vermicompost, or after that, some cow dung in the morning will be really good. This will be beneficial both for the growth of the plant and for a good harvest. So make sure to follow these things correctly. Your tomato plants will grow well and give you a good yield. And if you found this video useful, please give it a like and share it with your friends and anyone you know. I'll see you in another super video. This is Saktivel. Happy gardening. Bye.